YouTube. This is the Lone Survivor Force, aka USFD Overlord General. And this is the second part of my Napoleon 2v2 commentary on why hills are so important in a fight. Not much has happened. You can still see that the fight is still raging on. My Voltigeurs are still getting pwned by, I think, his daily horseman. And I finally started to unlimber my howitzers, and I've started to open fire whilst my ally is giving me some covering fire. And I'm actually doing this commentary for the second time now, because when I finished and pressed the stop recording key, Audacity thought it'd be funny to crash on me. Anyways, you can see that my Voltigeurs are now going into melee with his, I think they're the Nitsam Credit Light Infantry. And you can see that this dude here, the one that just crouched, it will probably kill about 2 or 3 Voltigeurs. And I don't understand why that Voltigeur could die by getting thrown back a fair bit. And, oh wait, he gets back up. There you go. He gets knocked back down and he gets straight back up. But I want to quickly say a quick word. Can you please visit our clan channel? Well, not channel, sorry, website. It will be in the description below. If you wish to sign up for the United Special Forces, if you have Empire Total War, if you have Call of Duty 4, if you have Battlefield 2 even, we have our own mod called Project Reality. We are currently not recruiting on Napoleon Total War because we're still figuring out some kinks. If you would like to sign up, please contact me via personal message, or you can go on the website and talk to our clan leader. Anyways, here you can see that my enemy rushed my artillery, and you can see that my ally also saw this, and I actually didn't because I was too busy focused on the main fight between my skirmishers and his. And you can see that I've lost 2 units of howitzers and I've only got 1 remaining. That 1 unit of howitzers could have actually lost me the game if I had lost them. And I've only got about 1 skirmisher now, but his force is well, not even supremely weakened, it's deadly weakened, and you can see that he's lost a lot of cavalry, which is kind of a good thing for me because Ottomans have kick-ass cavalry. And you can see that my ally's actually helping me out in the woods, and he's also raining hell upon his opponent, which I actually congratulate him because he's actually taken the time to spare me some of his units. I actually felt that on the Battle of the Hill I was facing more than 1 army, so I could have accidentally weakened them without noticing. Right, so here's the fun part, what I was going to say about. That cavalry force could have killed me and my entire force because they're daily horsemen and I have less superior units to them. And you can see that my howitzers, they are about to open fire, God knows in which direction, and I just quickly ordered them to turn their howitzers to face the cavalry, which they turn a little bit too far. But here you can see that these cavalry just stop. I don't know what happens, but they just stay there, they get into a formation, and they just stop. So I leave them to go get slaughtered by some howitzer fire. Sorry, I've got hiccups. Damn it. You can see that the Nitsam Credit Infantry are now steady. They were wavering at one point, but something's got into them. Don't know what. I've got my opponent's been just about beaten. He's only got his general left. He's only got a couple of howitzers as well. He ends up losing his general in the end, and it just turns into utter carnage here. You can see that the hussars go ahead and launch an attack on his general, but you can see that he has 3 units of howitzers, and he sees this cav attack, so he goes to meet them, and what he does so sneakily is that he puts canister shot on all 3, and he thinks that it's funny to fire all 3 of the rounds, but this kills most of his general's staff, and quite a few of the hussars. He lost about 40 in that volley because he had a full unit there. There you go, devastation of canister shot. But you can see that the cavalry's just going to charge over, and well, we've done a little bit of a jump here because that time was running short. This is the aftermath of it. The howitzers just got absolutely hammered. This is only 2 minutes after I played the next clip, and it was fairly decent because you should have seen the. I wish that I didn't stop recording at that point because it was kind of bloody. Well, my units have finally killed off my entire opponent's army, hence the white with a little bit of red shapes on the map. And you can see that my ally is now forming up on a deadly close point-blank range firefight. And he told me that he will get killed in a while, so he's asked for my aid. So I've marched up my Swiss fort and basically my entire force except for my artillery. They don't do much in the rest of this fight. And they did actually kill the horses after about 1 or 2 volleys. But here you can see that he's engaging the mounted rifles and another unit of artillery at once. So it's pretty cool. He has lined up his men on the ridge of the cliff, which is a good idea. He should never come off that hill. And you can see that them Bay Grenadiers are pretty much killing off his forces fairly rapidly, because Holland have inferior infantry in comparison to the Bay Grenadiers. Here you can see that the general has now joined the fray. He tried to support his mounted rifles but could not get there in time. He is losing units fairly rapidly, and that general does actually die in a bit, and it does turns into one big firefight. So here you can see that he's unloading canister shot into my ally's army, and that canister shot is going pretty far. It's landing about that area, which isn't too far from his general. And as I was noticing, as I was scrolling by, you can see that he's unloaded his howitzers in the woods. That is not a good idea, people. If you unload your howitzers in the woods, you will potentially hit a tree, and that tree won't be too far from your howitzers, which may cause friendly fire. Don't do that. At least have them in a little bit of cover, but don't put a tree in front of them. It's not funny. You will die. Honestly. Trust me, I've done it. So here you can see that he's using his 125s in this game. My enemy did choose not to use 125s in this, which is kind of stupid of him. But Holland did use 125s. If they didn't use them, I am sorry if I mentioned it. And if so, I'll eat my own words. Anyways, back to the commentary. You can see that he's now trying to charge his cannons at us, because he decided to unman his cannons, which was a stupid idea, and he just decided to charge them. He uses yet another cavalry to extreme losses, and they go shattering. And what happens here is that he's starting to waver here, because the Credit infantry are actually slightly losing, but they do win quite a fair bit. If I don't get behind them light infantry and them grenadiers, it could end up with him losing his army, because he's lost a fair few units. I've lost quite a lot. I had a full army of 20, now I've only got about 6, including the 1 artillery off screen here. And it was fairly alright, because I actually adored this fight, because that was one of the best fights that I played in a while. Both opponents didn't rage quit. None of my units decided to go awkward, but now Steam thinks that they're going awkward. And until I think last night, it was the best fight that I ever played. Anyways, the line infantry are starting to go into a full-scale retreat here because of morale shot, because they've lost their general, they're taking army losses, and army losses is one of the biggest morale shocks that you can have. They've got artillery firing upon them, and it's all going to hell for the Ottomans. Normally, most people nowadays would have rage quitted by now, and the game would have ended in me unable to save this replay. I think it was ranked, but I actually congratulate my opponents for staying through to the end, and now me and my opponents are now good friends, and we do play occasionally. Anyways, my ally here is doing a fair good job in taking down some Ottomans whilst I get on my way to them. you can see that I've now approached them, and I've got them, I think, in fire in advanced mode. I don't normally do it, but I chose to just for YouTube effects. And I've just got them opening fire. Simple enough on the Bait Incendiaries and the Nitsam Credit Light Infantry. And I think that's the last of the 3 units there, because there's one Ottoman off screen, one Jacinary in there, and I think there's yet another by his horse artillery. Yeah, max was 3 artillery. And that was basically the end. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, YouTube, and I will be making many more to come. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll see you all later. And I'll leave you with the unit stats.